For Women's History Month, we celebrate the women who shaped the world of transportation and innovation. At the Owl's Head Transportation Museum, we're highlighting several remarkable collection items that tell stories about technology and engineering and the women who challenged expectations, expanded opportunities, and helped shape the modern world. We begin today in the early 19th century with a woman whose life became legendary in the American West, Mary Fields, better known as Stagecoach Mary. Born into slavery around 1832, Fields was freed after the Civil War and eventually made her way west to Montana. Known for her sharp tongue, fiery temper, and fearless independence, she defied societal expectations for black women of her time. Fields worked as a groundskeeper at a nunnery, but a Wild West-style tussle with fellow workers led to her dismissal. Her reputation for toughness soon earned her a new role as the first black woman star route mail carrier in American history, a position that required courage, endurance, and skill with driving a stagecoach. The coach she would have driven looked much like the Concord stagecoach in OHTM's collection. Built for long-distance travel with durability in mind, these coaches allowed Fields to transport mail across Montana's rugged terrain, fending off bandits, traveling through brutal weather, and even, according to legend, fighting a bear. The Concord coach's suspension system, using thick leather straps called through braces rather than harsh metal springs, gently cradled passengers over uneven roads, a technology that made journeys like Mary Fields' possible. Its flat roof and curved lower body provided space for passengers, mailbags, and supplies, essential for Stagecoach Mary's challenging deliveries. Through all of her adventures, Mary Fields earned admiration from locals for her generosity and kindness, even beneath her tough exterior. She became a symbol of courage, determination, and independence in the Wild West, and the coach in OHTM's collection represents the type of vehicle she mastered. By the early 20th century, the age of horse-drawn stagecoach was fading, making way for vehicles powered by internal combustion engines. At the dawn of this automotive age, few names represented engineering excellence more than Rolls-Royce. Alice Mary Longfellow, daughter of famous poet Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, was making her mark as a philanthropist and advocate for women's education. She supported programs that expanded opportunities for women to attend higher education and traveled extensively across Europe, pursuing her own adventures and passions. To accompany her journeys, Longfellow owned a Rolls-Royce 4050 horsepower model, later nicknamed the Silver Ghost. Introduced in 1907, the Silver Ghost earned its reputation for exceptional reliability during a famous test where one car traveled over 15,000 miles across Britain with almost no mechanical issues. The car's large, straight-six engine and long wheelbase made travel smooth and quiet, while its precise engineering and refined mechanics provided a level of comfort unmatched by other automobiles of the time. Unlike modern cars, the Silver Ghost was sold as a rolling chassis, allowing Longfellow to commission a custom body from a coach builder, tailoring her vehicle to her tastes. In June of 1914, Alice Longfellow's latest European tour in her 1913 Rolls-Royce placed her in the heart of Europe at the advent of World War I. On August 3rd, Germany declared war on France among the various different declarations of war in Europe that began World War I. To prevent her vehicle from being seized by the war effort, Longfellow had to hide her Rolls-Royce in a cave until she found a way to transport it over to England before she left for the United States. The Silver Ghost tells the story of a woman who embraced travel, independence, and education at a time when such freedom for women was rare, making her life and her car inseparable symbols of possibility and refinement. Eleonora Randolph Sears was one of the most accomplished female athletes of the early 20th century. She excelled in tennis, polo, squash, and long-distance walking. She also helped establish the U.S. Women's Squash Rackets Association and became its first singles champion. Her dedication made her a trailblazer for women in sports. To accompany her active and public lifestyle, Sears owned a Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost limousine built on the same engineering platform as Alice Longfellow's car. The limousine featured the Salmatica town car body style, with an open driver's compartment and a fully enclosed passenger cabin. Her Rolls-Royce limousine reflects the intersection of wealth, status, and social mobility during the early automotive era. Bessie Coleman was a pioneer in every sense of the word. Born in 1892 in Texas, she became the first Black woman in American history to earn a pilot's license. Rejected by U.S. flight schools because both of her race and gender, Coleman learned French and traveled to France to complete her training, earning her license in 1921. She returned to the United States determined to break barriers in aviation. Coleman became famous for performing aerial stunt exhibitions that captivated audiences across the country. She used her fame to fight segregation in aviation and dreamed of opening a flight school for African American pilots. Her courage, skill, and vision made her a role model for generations to come. To accomplish her daring flights, Coleman relied on aircraft like the Curtiss JN-4, better known as the Jenny. Designed during World War I as the primary trainer for American military pilots, the Jenny features a two-seat configuration that allowed an instructor and a student to fly together. Over 6,000 JN-4s were built for the U.S. military, and after the war, thousands were sold to civilians, launching the golden age of barnstorming.
Breed abroad in the land. The woman aerial daredevil. Her motto seemed to be, anything a man can do, I can do better.
The JN-4D, introduced in 1917, included design improvements such as a central control stick and revised wing cutouts, which made it easier for pilots like Coleman to enter and exit the cockpit safely and efficiently. Powered by a Curtiss OX-5 engine, the Jenny combined reliability with simplicity, which was perfect for a pioneering aviator tackling stunts, long flights, and the challenges of early aviation. The Jenny was the vehicle that made Coleman's extraordinary feats possible. Through this aircraft, she not only mastered the skies, but inspired countless women and pilots of color to pursue their dreams in a field that had long excluded them. Clara Bow was born on July 29, 1905, to a poor family. She became a Hollywood actress while still in high school, thanks to a beauty contest from Motion Picture Classic magazine. Bow landed the leading role in the movie It in 1927, which popularized the term It Girl, a label for a woman with both sex appeal and a strong, engaging personality. From 1927 to 1930, she was one of the top box office attractions in Hollywood. Bow was also one of the few actors who successfully transitioned from silent films to talkies, movies with synchronized sound and spoken dialogue.
But, you're going.
Beginning in 1929 with The Wild Party, Paramount's first sound film. Due to personal scandals and mental health struggles, she retired from acting in 1931 and moved to Nevada to live with her husband, Rex Bell, on their cattle farm. To match her bold and glamorous personality, Bow owned a 1929 Rolls-Royce Phantom, built in Springfield, Massachusetts. Although Rolls-Royce evokes images of England, the company had established a strong American presence by then. Demand for these British luxury cars in the US was so high that customers often waited years for delivery. To meet this demand, Rolls-Royce opened its Springfield factory to assemble the mechanical components domestically, while Brewster & Company in Long Island City supplied custom coach-built bodies. By 1926, Rolls-Royce had purchased Brewster to bring coach building fully in-house. The Phantom itself featured a larger engine and refined mechanical systems that offered smooth, quiet, and powerful travel. Even with its American production, the car maintained the brand's reputation for elegance and craftsmanship, though the economic downturn of the late 1920s meant such vehicles were increasingly rare and highly coveted. The Phantom was a gift from Rex Bell, Clara's husband, and occasionally appeared in Hollywood films alongside Bow. In her hands, this luxury vehicle embodied the energy, charisma, and independence that made her the iconic It Girl of the 1920s, while also reflecting the pinnacle of American Rolls-Royce engineering and coach building. Together, these stories show that transportation history is about more than engines, wheels, or wings. It's about the people who mastered these machines, used them to challenge expectations, explore new possibilities, and shape the world around them. You can explore these vehicles and the stories of these incredible women in person at the Owl's Head Transportation Museum, or dive into our online collection from anywhere.